What is up, people? We are back. And what we're going to be doing today is, first we're going to go through and we are going to be deciding whether or not a faction for each individual up here is either going to be Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior. The two different God RHG characters for the Two Gods tournament. Okay. So, give me just a second. I'm going to let Stone Mountain know we're live. And then we're going to get into it. Boom. Here we go. Do I have a stylus? Where? Oh, yeah, it's out in the kitchen. Balls. Well, I don't need the stylus just yet. That's okay. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to start here. I'm going to bring open this list. It's going to be new RHG universe. Who pinged me? Me! Are you guys ready for this or what? Because I am ready for this. This stream, we're going to be deciding whether or not someone is on Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior. I'm going to wait just a second for people to kind of collect, get in. We're going to decide who's on which faction. And then we are going to continue with our list of creating more RHGs for this new RHG universe. We're fleshing out the universe, guys. Okay. Are you ready? I was gonna wait a little bit before we get jumping right into it, just so people can have a chance to see who's going where. Ultimately, it's going to be my choice, but I'm gonna let you guys kind of hear my thinking, and maybe you can plead my case one way or another. I'm trying to get everything situated here on my screen as well. Okay. Okay. Can I pop this player out? Interesting. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get it started then, shall we? Titan loves you. That is right here. Titan loves you. I take him more of as a good character, a positive character. He has horns, but it looks like he has a cheery, like a happy attitude, and he's got two hearts that he wields. So I'm gonna, with that in mind, I'm gonna put him in Ultra Savior. Titanium. Titanium. Kind of a mad scientist, madman. I think he'll go on the Neptune. Hello, I typed Neptune, didn't I? Yep. Then we got Not Me, a Trickster. That's Neptune for sure. Certex Quake. He's a good old boy, cowboy. Funny. He's gonna go an Ultra Savior. Flavio, what's up, buddy? Crow for Crow. Crow for Crow's got revenge in his heart, man. He's going Neptune. Tua Central. Tua Central. This is something we're gonna have to do every time we have a new character made as well. We gotta decide, are they Team Ultra Savior or Team Neptune? I think Tua's got a demon in him, so he's got that negative energy. Neptune. Rio. What do you guys think of Rio? Is Rio Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior? Negative energy, positive charge. Neptune and Ultra Savior. What do you think? Rio, a forest fairy? Ultra Savior for sure? I agree. Okay, Jay. Ooh, what about Jay? What do you think for Jay? Remember, he shoots the bullets that drop out gears, and he has a big shot. The cannon on his back charges after he pulls more gears. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Jay seems heroic and smart. That's leaning Ultra Savior, yeah? You think he's more Ultra Savior? Yeah, I'm thinking Savior also. Okay. Jay it is on Ultra Savior. Boise. Or who we call Boy Easy. Boise over here. Ultra Savior or Neptune? What are we thinking? Boise, Ultra Savior? Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Vessel, Ultra Savior or Neptune? What are we thinking? That's a Neptune for sure. Luring in people. Demon face. That is a Neptune. Ooh. Ohio Skivity, Neptune or Ultra Savior? What do you think? Does Ohio Skivity give you good guy vibes or bad guy vibes? Goku vibes or Vegeta vibes? Kale or Morgana? Yep, we're putting them on teams. So to get you up to speed a little bit, last stream, I unintentionally created a god character. Totally an accident. I was not planning on it, but it happened. And the reason why I say he's a god character is because we're planning on having an animated tournament where we were animating these characters one versus another, right? But when I started creating this character, I realized this is a god stick figure. Like, there's no way he can't be in the tournament. He's just gonna absolutely wipe everybody. The Unchained Forgotten God, Galactic Black Hole Mace. He hits you with this mace, and it creates temporary black holes that you get sucked into. Totally unintentional. Did not mean to make a god character. It's just organically what came out when I was thinking of Neptune, right? We rolled with it. But then, what happened next was what made this whole scenario really unique. The following person was Ultra Savior. Just about every single thing about Ultra Savior came naturally and with no undoing at all. Almost every detail was a single brushstroke that was kept, which is rare. It worked out. And since it was a savior, I went with this like holy shield, and then everything just clicked. And so here I have another godlike creature, and the first thing I thought of when I was writing his description, I wrote, "I will return you." And if you look, Neptune has this smirk and this broken chain around his neck. And so Ultra Savior is his brother's keeper. His black holes pull things in. Hits with the scythe smite the target. His hits make targets incinerate and explode. His hits pull you into a black hole. So he is his keeper. They're both gods. So now this tournament that I was going to have of all of these characters randomly fighting each other, it turns it into a tournament in this now RHG universe where you're either on Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior. And so what we're doing right now, so we can understand the matchups, we're going through... What's up, Mr. Guy? We're going through and deciding on each individual character, do they look like someone who's on Team Neptune, the unshackled black hole brother, or Team Ultra Savior with the Holy Shield and Holy Scythe, Smite Scythe. So what do you think? Is Ohio Skibbity a Neptune or an Ultra Savior? Ohio is a savior for you? Ultra Savior? He kind of feels like he's got a little bit of hero vibes. The only reason why he feels like he's on the line is because he could be kind of like a trickster, you know? But he doesn't seem evil. I think it's the Ohio Skibbity name that's throwing me off. Ultra Savior he is. He's a ski buddy, that's right. What a goofy name like that. No sense and malicious intent. Yeah, exactly. Okay, MJ Tron. Ultra Savior or Neptune? He starts off as Neptune, but is really working for Ultra Savior? Yeah. MJ Tron, I can see... what do you think? Neptune? I can see Neptune. Robotic, cold, calculated, big-ass claws. Neptune. You got yeah, true. Okay. Good call. Alright, this might be the easiest call so far. Mom Sheep. The Blood Shaman Necromancer. Neptune or Ultra Savior? This has to be the easiest call. Mom Sheep we love. That's gotta be the easiest Neptune so far. The easiest Neptune so far. Alright. Aeroton. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Ooh, Savior for you. I don't know, something about his like dark arrows and how violent that electricity looks and the pointiness and the blackness. I feel like he's a Neptune. What do you guys think? I feel like he's got Neptune vibes. I can't catch a vibe from this guy, right? Some of these are not that simple. Some of them, it's easy right off the bat. Just boom. Could be friendly. I'm leaning Neptune. I'm going to say Neptune. I feel like you guys are divided. I'm going to push this Neptune. All right, Razor Teeth. Razor Teeth. This one's got to be an easy one. Easy Neptune, right? Any disagreements with that? Razor Teeth? Definitely a Neptune. Definitely Neptune. Mio Triple Z. Neptune. Or Ultra Savior? Savior? Tyson, what's up, baby? Guys, I'm so evil. This might be a Savior. I think so. I think he's cursed. I don't think he's evil. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put him as Ultra Savior. He is a Time Lord, but he's like cursed by his Time Lordiness. You know? He's asleep. Alright. Gloopy. This has got to be the easiest one. Come on, Gloopy. Ultra Savior or Neptune? What are you guys thinking for Gloopy? Neptune for you. Really? That's a good take. Wasn't Gloopy kind of freaky when it be developed? I forgot what we landed on. Gloopy's like super bubbly and silly. I'm thinking Savior, dude. To me, this is easy Savior. Even if it is an imp, like an alien imp, this is a bubbly personality. Their name's Gloopy. They're frolicking. It is, I think it would be considered like an alien demon, to be honest. But I would still say, either way, this is an easy Ultra Savior. Alright, Stick 15. This is a hard one. What do you guys think about Stick 15? Is that Neptune energy? Take everything in. Take everything in. Neptune energy or Ultra Savior? No way I came in late, but I see me on the list. You're close. Oh, no, you're Mio ZZZ, right? You are Team Ultra Savior, Mio. Neptune looks like a deviant. Yeah, think Loki. think Loki and Thor. That's what we're thinking about. Like, literally, Vegeta and Goku, Loki and Thor, Kale and Morgana. Dude, I don't know. Yin and Yang. And we're putting people on those teams. Where do you think Stick 15 is? Neptune, but like the goon? You really made the poop OC. I'm crying. Lunsar, you would actually really like this character. He teleports. No, he doesn't teleport. Well, he can, but he swaps places with the plungers. So if he throws a plunger at somebody and it sticks, he can swap places from where they're at. He can also throw a plunger at a wall, and if it sticks, he can teleport to that wall. It's like Koa, but it has to stick. Does that make sense? And Koa doesn't necessarily swap places with the ring. It teleports to the ring, right? So it's like a little more conditional, but it can also swap people. I toss it on the object, and I can swap with that person. So imagine Stick 15 is fighting near a cliff with somebody, and then sticks one of the plungers onto the enemy and jumps off the cliff. And then swaps places. And that person has to just fall off the cliff. You know what I mean? So what are we thinking? Oh, Lunsar, I don't know if Lunsar's up to speed. Actually, some more people are in here, so I'm gonna give you a rundown of what we're doing. Something happened in my previous stream where I ended up creating, unintentionally initially at the very least, 2 god stick figures. Neptune and Ultra Savior. This is like the Vegeta to Goku, Morgana to Kale, Yin Yang. You get it, right? Good guy, bad guy. Good guy, bad guy. Neptune has a galactic black hole mace, and when he hits a target, it creates a mini black hole, a temporary black hole that will suck you in, right? So the reason why, once I made Neptune first, and I had a problem, because I want to turn all of these into an RHG tournament where I face them randomly 1v1. But the reason why I have an issue with this is that once I created Neptune, I was like, well, Neptune can't be included in the tournament. That's like way too imbalanced. That's a problem. Like, that's not going to work. And it just so happened that right after that, Ultra Savior was the next user. And I ended up creating Ultra Savior like this, with this holy shield and a holy scythe and a galaxy above her head. And the first thing when I went to go write down here was, I will return you. It was immediately, I hit the text box and that was the first thing that came to mind. And the reason why I wrote that is because Neptune has this like holy chain around his neck, like this broken holy chain around his neck, and this smirk like I got out. So Ultra Savior is like the thing that Ultra Savior is his brother's keeper. They're brothers. And Neptune is out. And Neptune can't be set free. Think Whis and the battle gods. Gods of destruction. You know? Beerus, Whis. Right? So, then it became the tournament is a faction tournament. You are either on Team Neptune or you're on Team Ultra Savior. It's the 2-god tournament. This is about to be a turn of power. So what we're doing right now is I'm deciding on these characters. Are they Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior? And that's what I'm doing in this document over to the left. So what do you guys think? I need to decide still. I feel like Stick 15's a Deadpool situation. He definitely is a trickster. He's got poop on his head. He's got a smirk on his face. I feel like he's a Neptune. Can my Unga Bunga be good? I want him to be chaotic neutral good. We'll see. Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior? What do you guys think? For Stick 15. Based on vibes and vibes alone. Yep. Neptune, Ultra Savior. Neptune. I think Neptune. Yeah, it feels like a Neptune to me. Alright. Rax Dem. This one's gotta be easy. It's tough. He doesn't look malicious, but he doesn't look pleasant. Exactly. This one has to be easy Neptune. Also, probably strength-wise, the closest to Andre. You do not want to get hit by Neptune. Or Raxdem. Easy Neptune. Alright, Neptune. What team? Just kidding. We gotta go back to the top here. These are the older ones. Kaya. Kaya has a katana that returns on command. I don't know what happened to her, but whatever. Ultra Savior? Yeah, this feels like an Ultra Savior to me. Clean, simple. Stick animations. Raises objects from the ground and can shape them. Like from roots and sticks. I think Neptune should be on Team Savior, just saying. Ultra Savior? For stick animations? Because nature? Neptune might make the most sense. It's kind of a toss-up, isn't it? But I feel like if you're connected to nature, that's got to be more of an Ultra Savior, right? I feel like it's an Ultra Savior, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, Brush. Brush has a brush that, as he paints you, gets splotches of paint on you. If he covers you in paint, you turn into a statue or a painting. You're frozen. It's like a painted Medusa. Savior? Savior? Alright, Savior. Dumb Animator. Honestly? Do you guys know Dumb Animator's story? I think most of you do, right? I low-key have a joke that at the end of the tournament, Dumb Animator's gonna walk up to the two brothers and just flick sand on them and kill them both and then waddle away. And just the whole universe implodes. Okay, Dumb Animator is probably the scariest of all of the characters. It's a little kid who's evil and has an infinite bucket of sand. Okay? Infinite bucket of sand. That's a tooth. His little hair. Now, what his little bucket of sand does is it causes rapid growth, cancerous growth. Similar to this here. Imagine you're about to get hit by this sand and the sand lands on your stomach. This is what would happen. Boom! You pop like a grape. That's what I imagine. That's what happens. It causes a rapid, cancerous growth that explodes. So I have this image in my mind of like 10,000 hours of work going into 20, 30, 40 tournaments leading to the final victor, and you have Neptune and Ultra Savior there at the end, and you have this little kid just walk up, and they're like, what do you want, kid? And the kid's like, oh, I just flick sand at both of them. They don't understand what's gonna happen, and all of a sudden their faces just start to bloat and explode, and then Dumb Animator just walks away. It's the most Neptune of all characters. If he's not Neptune, then there is no such thing as a Neptune. I didn't think of sand being this deadly. I wanted the youngest, most innocent, seemingly harmless character to have I think contrast is really interesting. You know how they play like kids music or classical music during a horror film, and it's the contrast of it being really creepy and then playing this beautiful music or like child's music. Like it's like I love that kind of contrast. You know? So having this little kid with a pail of sand and a little tiny hand trowel, plastic hand trowel, seems like you could do nothing. And I made him like the most terrifying character on the board, and maybe ever. All right, Queenly. Queenly's like a battle boss. She's got a nose ring. She's got a pink axe that when she lands hits on it, it powers her jet-powered crown that she can either wear or hold back and use as a jetpack. And she also summons little temporary platform hearts for mobility. So she's kind of like a bruiser melee warrior. She gets in the mix. She's not a tank, but she's not super quick. She's a fighter. Is she a Neptune or Ultra Savior? What do you guys think? Savior? Yeah, I see her as a pretty strong savior. Yeah, I'd say Ultra Savior for sure. All right, Milk Vast. Milk Vast throws canisters of toxic, rotted milk that's when the canisters explode is incredibly sticky. What's up, Rax? We're deciding which faction goes where. Who goes where? What are we thinking? Milk Vast, Neptune, or Ultra Savior? Yeah, Neptune. Easy Neptune. This is like a goopy, gross, almost bog-esque character. Faction. Yes, you're either gonna be on Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior for the Two Gods tournament. It's evil milk, yeah. Rajamations, our alien warrior, who's reaping souls to grow antennas, to have seeking missiles, to hunt down more souls, to grow more antenna. Neptune, easy Neptune. Sometimes the face alone can tell you if it's Neptune. A lot of aliens? Not really. Well, Kerma, you're one of the aliens for sure. Oliver Comics. If you remember Oliver escapes his comic book universe by stealing 2 magical daggers and cutting himself out of his comic into our RHG universe. But he can spawn his comic book slide windows to teleport into and cut out of them again, almost creating a whack-a-mole type scenario on the battlefield. Oliver Savior. He looks like a silly hero. Ultra Savior. I just don't want to face the kid. Savior? For sure. Okay. Alright. Loonsar! Loonsar. I don't know if Loonsar's still here. Loonsar. Remember, he has a golden top hat. Maybe that's where he draws his conductive energy from. He shoots out a metal net out of his hand. Think Spider-Man with a web but a metal net. And he can electrify his net. Neptune or Ultra Savior? He seems noble. Savior. I feel like he's Savior too. I was leaning Savior. Savior. Imagine he can change the battle by sending him and the opponent into a cosmic world where he can manipulate anything. Who? Ultra Savior. Noble, yeah. RC Cold the Dog. This is our Tundra archer with a magical ice bow that shoots frost arrows that pierce. Frozen targets, when shot with a heavy pullback, will explode. Is RC Cola a Savior or Neptune? What's up, Crow for Crow? You're gonna be up pretty soon. Or no, we did yours earlier, I think. Savior? Yeah, I feel like Ash too. Savior, Savior? Yeah, it seems like Savior. Ultra Savior. Alright, Skelly Guy. He is our tendon nunchucks, bone chucks that are ice infused, cold bones. Skelly guy. Neptune. Yippee! Neptune or Ultra Savior? Neutral. You think it's neutral? Okay. Skelly guy, I know that guy. Hard to say. Really? How do you get bones, guys? Where do you get bones that still have tendons attached to them, guys? He's wearing somebody's face. Easy, Neptune. Hello. Bones get a bad rap being associated with evil or death. True. We do all have bones. Good guys have bones, too. True. I feel Neptune. All right. Sleep deprived citrus. Gasoline leaking beard that he stores in his staff that he lights on fire to use either as a torch or a flame staff. Is he a Ultra Savior or is he Neptune? What do you think? Sleep deprived citrus. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Too tired to be evil. Savior. Really? Looks devious yet likely good even in chaotic. Savior. Wow. Neptune. Savior. Savior. It's citrus juice. Don't worry about it. Oh, you know what? I'll be honest. I would have put him on Neptune, but I'll put him on Savior since you guys seem to lean Savior. All right, Solomon. Wait, I just noticed his face. Hey, it's too late. He's Savior now, baby. Solomon. Alien with an oversized arm that's a scythe that burns targets. Ultra Savior or Neptune? What's going on with the teams? I'll give you a rundown in just a second after Solomon here. Neptune? What do you guys think? Neptune? Now remember, just because somebody's alien doesn't mean they're bad. Keep that in mind. But I agree, he's Neptune. But keep that in mind. I don't even know if there might be some good... Like, Gloopy? Gloopy is easy Ultra Savior, but Giga Alien. Maybe, I think Alien Demon, but still good. So here's the rundown. I want to create a tournament where all of these characters, and more, which I'll be creating, go head-to-head in battle in a one-on-one tournament. But last stream, I ended up creating 2 god characters by accident. The Neptune, the escaped, unchained, forgotten god, uses his mace to create small black holes. If he gets hit by the mace, it spawns a black hole and sucks you in. His brother, Ultra Savior, who came after, the Protector, is his brother's keeper. So good and evil, Vegeta, Goku. Now, the tournament then went from random 1v1s to this is a universe in which these characters all exist within, and since these 2 characters can't be in the tournament because they're literally gods, it would not be fair. He walks up, bop, as a god character, right? They have to be out of it. So it becomes the 2 god tournament. The 2 RHG god tournament. And the matchups now become Ultra Savior versus Neptune, not completely random. And so we're deciding based on what we know about the character, which is what we can tell based off of their abilities, maybe when we were creating them, what we thought about. Sometimes just the vibes they get off. We're putting them on either Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior. And I'm having you guys help me decide who goes where. So that's what we're doing. And we were on Solomon up here, which we just decided was a Team Neptune. All right, Sick Nation. Stick Nation attaches cords, very thin threads, to his enemies that rapidly drain the life. If I could play this animation by Turquoise in reverse, that's what it would be like. Takes them all fat and plump and shrinks them. Easy Neptune. Yes, very evil mentalities. Tick! Okay, think about this one. This one actually might be hard. I don't know. Tick summons exploding ticks. That is a mandible. It's like a bug face. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Where did he get the bodies? Those are previous enemies he's just dragging around with him to sap more energy. Neptune. Tick. Is Tick Neptune or Ultra Savior? Was he bitten by a radioactive tick? I don't know. Ooh, that's one Neptune, one Ultra Savior. Another Neptune. I think Neptune. I mean, I don't like ticks either. I think ticks are one of like the most useless disease-spreading things on the planet. I'm sure they have a purpose, but I find it hard to show love for ticks. Not Shadow. This is supposed to be just Shadow. Shadow! Every time Shadow punches, it has a mirror image attack following up right behind it of the same movement. So think throw a punch and another ethereal punch. Almost like, have you ever played a racing game? And on the racing game, you have like a ghost of the fastest lap? Think that right behind you when you punch. Or kick, or whatever. Savior. Edgy good guy? Okay. Ultra Savior it is. Alright. Kerma Lerma. Ultra Savior. Or Neptune. Claws. Emerald Laser Beam. A bumpy tail. Alien. What do you think? Is this saying Neptune or Savior? What does your gut tell you? How did you know I was a crab? I don't know. I have no idea. Kerma Lerma, this is what a Kerma Lerma is to me now. I don't question whatever's coming to the front of my mind when I'm creating something. I just put it down. And this is what my brain said a Kerma Lerma is. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Savior. Wow. We gotta vote for Savior. Savior, Neptune. I think it's a toss-up. This is close. Savior. Everyone's saying Savior. Interesting. Remember, none of these characters have real lore or anything. Their entire existence is what you see right here, and whatever I thought of when I created them. I was gonna say Neptune. He has some Neptune vibes to me, but I feel like it's a toss-up now. I feel like there's 3 Neptunes, 3 Saviors, 4 Saviors. It's close. I thought this was gonna be an easy Neptune as well. I'm wondering where the Savior comes in. I think he's some sort of protector who's angry. This is tough. I think it's literally 50-50. Savior for me? Wow. Alien protector? Knuckles, basically? Is there a way to do a coin flip? This might be the closest one yet. Okay. Heads, Ultra Savior. Tails, Neptune. Tails is Neptune. Neptune it is. We all had a split. We were divided. And we ended up on the coin flip Neptune. There it is. That's a fun one, though. I'm glad it was close. That's cool. I'll remember that in the future. You know what? Maybe if it comes out, he does some seemingly somewhat savior-y things in the future. Who knows? Maybe he's a Neptune, but maybe he has some actions that, when he's animated out, that make you feel like he was a savior. I don't know. Maybe we put him in the center somewhere when we bring him to life. All right. Abalaba Bobo, the evil goopy tendril clown. This one should be really easy, and one of the firmest Neptunes you can possibly get. Look at this guy. Neptune. In short, you're either going to be Team Neptune, the Unchained Black Hole Brother, or Ultra Savior, the protector and keeper of Neptune. Think good guy, bad guy, if you want to keep it simple. Vegeta, Goku, energy. That kind of thing. And we're deciding between who goes where. DK Zai. DK Zai. He has a blue electrified staff that is charged with power through movement. The more he moves, the more it charges the blue staff. But once he attacks, it discharges that attack. So the longer he moves without attacking with the staff, the stronger his attack is. Yeah, I feel like DK Zai is like a warrior. I feel like he already feels like some kind of like protector himself. Easy savior. Alright, Cassidy wields dual batons that can be recalled back to Cassidy. So think Thor's hammer. So imagine you're using batons, beating people up, and then tossing the baton all the way down the hallway. It hits someone in the head, and then it bounces back at him in the head again on the way back to Cassidy. Savior, you got it. I was thinking the same thing. Ultra Savior. Jelly Jam. Seems like a savior, yeah. Jelly Jam. Jelly Jam is a goopy jelly creature that every time it attacks, jelly pops off and falls on the ground. And as the jelly pools, Jelly Jam can actually dive into the jelly to move way faster through the jelly. Neptune. Yeah, kind of a bog offshoot. I could see that for sure. That's an easy Neptune for me. Neptune, yeah. Easy Neptune, right? Yeah. For some reason got Ultra Saber vibes, but it's definitely Neptune. That's weird. Edible Bog. Gladiator 1143. The spear can hyperextend, meaning it's like Sun Wukong's staff. Savior. Feels like a savior to me. US dollar. Savior. That one seems pretty easy to me. Gladiator's like a, I don't know. I see it as like a stoic knight. Savior carries the burden of RHG. Milkfast is on Team Neptune for sure. 100% Savior. He's a Guardian type. Exactly. Alright, Meow spawns Yarn and can use Yarn as Yarn Chucks. Yarn Nunchucks. Think two yo-yos tied together. A springy, quick, agile cat stick figure. Uh-oh. Neptune. Why mine Chara Milk be bad guys? Neptune would be funny. Savior. I feel like it has more savior energy. More like friendly, bubbly. What do you guys think? I feel like savior too. Neptune would be funny. It does change the arc of the character's feel, but I'm feeling like it's savior. I gotta put cats in savior, dude. All right, Silly P turns limbs into springs. Limbs into springs. Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. But instead of tail, it's everywhere. That's an easy savior to me. Yeah, savior vibes. All right, that's an easy one. Doot McNewt. A brute with a big club and a barrel that is smoldering flames on his back. He clubs his enemies and tosses them into his barrel to keep the fire going. Sets the barrel down, and he can smack the barrel and shoot all of those flames out in a huge fire blast. Savior that does not want to be there. Neptune. Okay, hear me out. He's a silly Ungabunda who seems evil but is good. Dude, he's gotta be He's gotta be. He's a Neptune, for sure. He's a Neptune for sure. Dude, trust me. Just because your guy's on the quote-unquote bad guy team doesn't mean he's a bad guy. You've seen the movie. We are imaginary demon. Where is he at? Imaginary demon. This is a literal demon with a hell fork and arcs electricity from its spade of its tail to the tips of the trident. Neptune or Ultra Savior? Neptune. Easy Neptune. Alright, Bar. He's literally a demon. No way he's not Neptune. Yeah. Alright, Bars. B-A-R-S. Battle Arsenal Robot System 179. Neptune or Ultra Savior. Many prisons have tried to hold him, but he's always escaped, taking bars from the prisons that tried to contain him as he leaves and using those bars as his weapons to fight back. And he can even send the bars up into the sky and create a prison to trap you. Think the guy from Graphite. Neptune. I struggle on this one. I honestly went back and forth. But he does seem like an evil mercenary. I think you guys are right. Maybe he's supposed to be in a jail for a reason. Hi, what are you doing, Stone? We're deciding whether or not the RHG characters are on Team Neptune, the Unchained Forgotten God, that is a galactic black hole mace that create temporary black holes, the Unchained God, or Ultra Savior, the Protector, who is his brother's keeper. Neptune has escaped, and it's up to Ultra Savior to contain him to protect the RHG universe from his wrath. So it's good versus evil. And we're deciding who is on whose team for the Two Gods tournament. Cashier. Cashier has a golden bat, and when he hits you with the golden bat, coins bust out of you like you're Sonic. And after a short period of time, those coins erupt into a small electric explosion briefly after you've struck the target. Is Cashier Neptune or Ultra Savior? Savior, but no one liked him. I feel that. Look at that smile, Savior. For real. Ultra Savior. Skelly Guy, you're Neptune. Alright, Spectre. Oops. Spectre has a mace lantern that when he hits an enemy, it begins to pull their soul. After multiple hits, the soul will be pulled into his soul factory on his back, and that soul factory turns it into energy to power the lantern mace. Is this guy the Soul Ripper, Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior? Doesn't seem like a nice guy. That is one of the easiest Neptunes you can get. He is 1 degree different than I think Neptune himself. Alright, Overuse. Overuse has a very powerful jet engine arm that when he punches creates explosions that goes on cooldown after he punches. Except Overuse still wants to use his jet engine arm, and he'll punch out the steam and shoot it in a long-range steam blast. Neptune or Savior? Savior. Really? What do you guys think? Is Overuse Savior? Savior. Neptune. Oh, we're gonna have a toss-up. I was gonna say Neptune. Neptune, he just wants to fight. I was gonna say Neptune. That's a lot of Neptunes, though. He doesn't look malicious, though. Are you sure, bro? I feel like he's Neptune. Yeah, he just wants that smoke, dude. He's overshooting his shot. Yeah, he just wants to blast, dude. Alright, Orange. Oh my god, where is Waddle Duck? Bro, Waddle Duck is not up here. Hello? What? Hold on. That is one person that's not up here at all. We gotta put Waddle Duck up here. What the heck? Can't forget Waddle Duck. You're joking my body. What happened? I guess when I made the roster list, I didn't have him up here. Well, we'll add him to the list. I'll get back to where we were. Unless he's somewhere up there and I don't see him. I guess not. Wait, Stone, if you're making these RHG and you're the creator of RHG, this means that these RHG are official. Yes. I'm gonna create the whole RHG universe myself. Or at least I'm gonna recreate it. Or inject it with a bunch of new characters all at once. Orange Hat. We gotta go back to Orange Hat. I'll put Waddle Duck back up here. All of these characters, in theory, will go one-on-one in an animation. Savior. Savior. Interesting take. Orange Hat looks like a savior. Really? So Savior. Okay. I like to hear that. Bum, bum. Savior. Okay. You guys aren't late. Go leave a comment and follow on TikTok. Wow, I honestly, for some reason, I felt like Orange Hat was gonna end up Neptune. That's but he's a firm savior to you guys. That's totally okay. I'm with that. I like when it's not so plain. If you don't have a TikTok, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll do in the future one that's for live streams or for YouTube or something like that. Obsessive Stickman's fan. His ability is he's a foam finger that shoots out large sticky popcorn that sticks to the target. If that target is hit with this scythe, which looks like a flag, The popcorns will explode. Savior or Neptune? Savior, Savior. I'm seeing some more Saviors. Saviors, okay. He has a crown because he's the #1 fan. Neptune, Neptune. That weapon could be chill. Savior, this guy's here for the ride. Ooh. I'm torn. I feel like he can go either way. That's me personally. But I do feel like everyone's leaning Savior. Fine, Neptune. Ooh. One. This is pretty close. Savior. He's obsessive, so he's crazy. He kills those who claim otherwise, but maybe Savior. I mean, if he's gonna be a Neptune, wouldn't make sense because Neptune gonna kill the people that he's a fan about. I'm so indecisive. This might be another coin flip. What do you guys think? We go coin flip on this? Even if there's a slight majority, it doesn't have to be exact. You know, if it's 6-5 or something, it's still a split. I think it's coin flip. I think it's fair to coin flip this. All right, heads. Heads is Savior. Heads is Savior. Tails is Neptune. Heads is Savior. Heads it is. Obsessive Stickman's fan is a Savior. Okay. Now, I'm going to make sure, did I miss anybody? I don't think we missed anybody other than Waddle Duck, which is next to the gods, which is very funny. That he's just down here by himself next to these guys. Waddle Duck. Waddle Duck is like trying to fight somebody in your sleep. You go to punch him, and his body just breaks away. And he waddles. He may not be the best walker. He has a battle axe, and he's hard to hit. He's like fighting someone in your dreams. Third god. Third. I'm here. I'm Judine. Neptune. What? Give Waddle Duck his own team. It's Waddle Duck and Dumb Animator. You're making new characters from your fans. I'm taking people's names and I'm creating a full character off of nothing more than a name and a random color. Savior, Neptune. And then he waddled away. I don't know. Savior, Neptune? I don't know, man. Neptune? I say Savior because he's cute. But Neptune makes me feel like it would be so scary and terrifying to fight him. Because you just feel like you can't hurt him. A god that can actually fight this battle. Neptune vibes like a puppet. Oh, like creepy? Almost like Uncanny Valley? His axe, though. He does have a big axe. Savior, I should know. Ducks aren't evil, alright. Ducks aren't evil. Is this another coin flip? No way, bro. I didn't think we'd have 3 coin flips. This looks like it's... I mean, I'm seeing 50-50-ish. Waddle Duck, the forgotten god. I mean, he's okay with hurting himself. He's got to be crazy. Waddle away. Geese, however. Dude, what do you guys think? Coin flip it? I think this is coin flip. I can't even decide after your guys' takes. Heads is Savior. Tails is Neptune. Rights? What do you mean by rights? Like, are you gonna make merch? I wouldn't say that you'd be able to take this character and commercialize it. No. What if we made fan art of? Is there a specific tag we could put? Just RHG. This is like my honorary RHG character designed from me in your honor. That when I see your name, this is the character I think you would have. I would 100% say you could take them on and call them your own, as long as you're okay with me creating animations with them as their designer and creator. The Skelly Guy RHG one you made me is awesome. I love Skelly Guy. Could we make them duelists? I mean, I definitely think you could see that you could use them as a duelist. They're definitely going to exist, in my mind, in this universe for me. But if you want to make them as your duelists, I don't see why not. Where'd he get the bones, Skelly? I want to use Unga Bunga when I can animate, but I will try someday when I can make him move. My femurs. You pulled them from yourself? Can we make a story for RHGs? Go for it. Like I said, I probably will flesh out the characters as I go to put them in the tournament. But if you want to do something else with it, that's what the system is supposed to be about. The RHG system is designed for us to share and collaborate our ideas, and seeing different versions of the character is part of that, you know? That's the beauty of it. I've seen Andre old, young, weak, strong, human, with additives on his hammer, with ranged electricity. You know what I mean? God, what would this world be called? I actually want to talk about that after we decide Waddle Duck. Heads is Ultra Savior. Tails, Neptune. This is for Waddle Duck. Tails, Neptune. Waddle Duck is a Neptune. All right, I think that's everybody. Oh, I'm being too loud. Hold on one sec. I'm being too loud. I gotta be a little bit quieter. Okay. So, this is where things get a little bit more crazy. Oh, I wanted to share this guy with you too. Earlier today, when I was messaging, or when I was playing with the idea of making Raxstem, I was having a hard time coming up with what to do with Raxstem. And he has these like orbiting stones that he can crush with his massive mallet. And they like break with tremendous force, right? Into like shards of rocks. And I originally thought I might make him like a heavy summoner. Like he's a heavy character, but he's a summoner and he summons like a golem, like a rock golem. But I didn't like the idea of having to animate this very intensive rock golem separate from also Raxstem. So I decided against it, but I liked this guy so much that I kept him off to the side over here. I had to hide him from me because when I had him on the screen, I kept wanting to make him real and exist, and it just had to stop. But maybe he ends up being like a mascot or something, I don't know. Maybe somebody turns this into a PNG tuber for me, and I put a little beard on this guy or something. Golem became real. Yeah, he's like the little mascot. So, okay. So, Golem became real on the sideline. So here's the deal. Once, I've obviously been spending like hours and hours and hours making these things, and a lot of you have been here right here with me making it. I've now made, what is this? This will be 60. Once we complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, this will be 60 RHG characters, 60 original characters. Okay? That's a lot. But once I got so far into this and I started falling in love with all these characters that I'm making, I wanted to do something special, right? I want to bring them to life. And I was going to do that by doing a tournament, right? Doing 1v1s, having a wheel, spinning the wheel, and, you know, Cashier versus, I don't know, Gladiator 1143. And then I take those characters that I spent, you know, hours making and bring them to life in combat. And that's, to me, like, the funnest part, because I've never really been into, like, character design. You know, I made basically 2 RHGs in my time. I understood what it would take to make a good character, but I didn't make a bajillion of them. I made the one that released RHG, and then I made Andre. That's it, you know? So I didn't know how good I would be at making these. But the more I did it, the more I've fallen in love with these characters. And, you know, doing that, making them into in a tournament and animating them seems like a lot of fun. But then these guys kind of changed everything. Right? Really Neptune. Once Neptune was created, there was a god, and that god kind of spawned the universe that he was from. And then once Ultra Savior came into play, it's like, okay, now there's dichotomy. And now that there's dichotomy, like there's a yin and yang here, and these guys are now above this umbrella of all these characters, we have a universe, right? And all these characters now exist within this RHG universe, this RHG world. So beyond that, I've thought about creating like 4 or 5 worldly factions, potentially, you know, 4 or 5 nations, world state nations within this planet of RHG, or whatever we want to call it, right? And then up here you have Neptune and Ultra Savior. And then there's the planet. And these could be different sections that mean different things, where we could easily place these guys on physically in this world if we wanted to. If I was going to flesh out the like RHG world even further. But for now, that's on the table. But for now, I think just putting them on either Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior works really well for the tournament concept. New Universe RHG? One could be called Solemn. Yeah, I haven't fleshed out that, but that's on the table now, because now all of these characters kind of feel real in a certain way, you know? You know what I mean? Stone RHG? What do you mean? But anyways, that's where I'm at. Oh, Stone RHG. Maybe, because it's like my own little bubble. Right? Like, these are my community members that I've made into RHG characters. And then I'm bringing them to life. So it's like my world, you know? But it's our world simultaneously, because you guys are here with me in this community. So be SRHG. That's pretty cool. I'll let that simmer. Stone RHG. Huh. Because it is, instead of it being the RHG that everyone was within, it's kind of like my own little bubble. I still want to open it up to the world, to other people to be able to, you know, take these characters and animate with them. I think that'd be cool to see other people's renditions. I think a collab would be cool, but I could see it working now. I have somebody in mind that I'd like to be working with on this. I'll keep them secret for the time being, and I've already been in talks with them. That way I can kind of make these tournaments even higher quality and make them a little bit faster instead of me doing them all myself. Because, I mean, just put it simply, if there's 60 characters, and this is going to be a bigger list than this, that's already 30, minimum 30 shorts, you know? I would create a character for this universe when it's fleshed out. Yeah. Okay. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I want people to feel like these characters are theirs as well. You know? I want people... Like, was it Jelly Jam? TSO. Who's TSO? I know you want to use your character. Is it Tyson Loves You? Who's TSO? You know what I mean? I want you to feel like this is your character too. Like, I want you to feel like it's your character. You know? I have left my comment. I want to erase the kid thing. I don't remember what your comment was. Sorry. Jelly Jam. Yeah. I want you to feel like Jelly Jam is you. And you can tell people, like, if, let's say Jelly Jam gets really popular and people love Jelly Jam based off of the tournament, I want you to be like, yeah, Jelly Jam was created for me. You know? I may have created it, and it's in Stone's RHG, but I want you to be like, he made me that, like, when he saw Jelly Jam, that's what he made. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna watch the tournament. That's me! I see this blowing up, becoming popular. I see this, this has real potential. Oh, I just made my comment on your TikTok. Oh, okay, I haven't read anything on TikTok yet. I see this becoming really popular if it executes in my mind how I think it will, how I see it. I want you guys to answer to me. Now that we have almost, over 50 of these, which one's your favorite? I want to see, is there a bunch of different favorites? I want this to be like Pokemon. Not everyone chooses Charizard and Pikachu and says they're our favorites. There's a lot of people who like Weedle and Scyther and Kakuna, Do you guys have favorites on this list? When you look at this list, is there anyone that stood out to you that you're like, oh, I'd like to animate that character? I still cannot believe you saw my name and went, that's a crab. And you were right. Crazy insight. I can't tell you. Spectre. I like Spectre a lot. I really do. Spectre's been my favorite for a while. But I can't just choose just Spectre. I see these also being Stone RHG trading cards too. I would love to make my own trading cards. As someone who's dealt with trading cards professionally for like 10 years, I think that'd be really sick. I even had RHG trading cards back in the day. But that was right at the end of my career. Bars 179. Bars is sick. Shadow After Hit is really fun. My favorite one is called Rackstem. I don't know the guy. Rackstem is sick, dude. You saw how hard it was to come up with Rackstem. I sat there for I spent more time on Rackstem than I think most any of them. Kermalerm is pretty epic too. Yeah, dude, the Emerald Laser Beams. Oliver Comics and Waddle Duck. Those are older ones too. Not being biased, I like Dumb Animation. Dumb Animation is terrifying. Mom Sheep was a fun one. Mom Sheep was really fun. Mom Sheep seems like a badass. MJ Tron. Since it's literally me, but like Jelly Jam and Titanium. Okay. I have a running gag that I hate the color green too. Oh, that's funny. Speaks to me because I feel he's something I'd invent. Rajamations. Yeah, Rajamations is cool too. Rajamations was my favorite for a while. Also, I feel like the lore would go hard on Rajamations. Like he's an alien warrior. Don't mean to bother, but I just want to make sure my name is on the list. I commented over 2 days ago. Origin FXTRXY. Don't mean to be a beggar or anything. If it's on there, you're good. I haven't updated this list at all. I figured I made the list and I figured there's no reason to add any more to it until I at least finish this list. So once I finish this list, then I'll go and I'll add more. What would the lore on mine be like? I don't know yet. Solomon, you're definitely an alien. You're definitely an alien, and I don't think your arm... I think you're an outcast. I don't think your arm is supposed to do this. I think from your alien race, you're supposed to have a regular arm, and maybe you have a scythe. But you're both... maybe your arm is supposed to have a little spike like that. But instead of having a spike on your arm, it grew twice as long and twice as big. So I feel like Solomon's an outcast on his alien planet. And that's why he's kind of like Engi. Skelly Guy scares me. I don't know where the bones came from exactly. Oliver comic thing? Yeah, Oliver Comics lore would go hard too. Like, what's his comic book about? What happens in his comic book world? Why? How did he steal the daggers? Where did the daggers come from? What makes these daggers special? How did he figure out that he can create portals back to his universe. What does he think of the Stone RHG universe? You know, what's it like when he cuts himself out of the comic? Does he have another life on that other side? Is he a superhero over there, or is he a regular guy? Does he tell people that he can go to a different universe? Do they see him doing it? Think about free falling when he takes you in. I know. Did he arrive from the free falling collab? I don't think so. But he could be pretty OP too, if you think about it. Like, he could like, think about it this way. He can also be pretty scary. Imagine if he wasn't like a happy-go-lucky guy and he starts he creates a jail or some kind of prison inside of Oliver Comics' comic, and he just keeps bringing people and pulling them into his comic and then jumping out and leaving them there. You know, like, there could be a whole villain arc for Oliver Comics as well. He's not just playing whack-a-mole. He's like he could be a swamp demon pulling you in. His comics were the newspaper ones. Comic prison ability sounds terrifying if you think about it. He's just coming into our world and fighting. Imagine if he pulls you into his and leaves you there. Yikes. Well, one thing made me happy with your guys' answers, that there were so many different answers. None of you said Gloopy, which is weird and wrong. Just kidding. But it's cool that people weren't just like, oh, I chose Charizard. Charizard. You know what I mean? That there was enough diversity that there's different characters that speak to each of you in a different way. And I think that's what makes it special. But we got more to go. We love Gloopy. Gloopy is fun. It would be so cool if the Scythe on Solomon could change materials. And we might find out things like that when we start animating too. We might find that, you know, maybe this happens to this character or that happens to this character. There's nothing wrong with that. Piss Grandpa is definitely my favorite. Yeah, dude. Sleep deprived citrus. Mia reminded me of Beard Ninja. Yep. A lot of people said that because of the beard and the glowy eyes. I think he's got some sick lore too. You have this old guy who's perpetually asleep and carries around, but he's still like lucid enough somehow. Like, he's asleep, but he fights you almost like a drunken master. And multiple hits with this cane triggers his alarm, and then it like wakes him up. But when he wakes up, time stops, and it's a curse because he just wants to be awake. But when he wakes up, he becomes fully lucid, but everything stops, so he can't live his life. It's actually super sad if you think about it. So here's somebody who's always asleep and wants nothing more than to be awake and live his life. But the only time he's awake is when his golden alarm goes off, and he's gonna be in combat, and he can't even enjoy that time because everything's just frozen. He could be a damned god. That would be cool. Maybe he's maybe he's a demigod from the Neptune Ultra Savior family. He's part human, part god, and they cursed him in this perpetual loop of being asleep and then time frozen, and being asleep and time frozen. This is making me smile so much. This is so creative. Okay. This is what I like to do. This is what I love to do. This is the world in my mind that I saw, at least in part, when I created the RHG system. I saw people creating characters like these kind of characters that intermingle and have interesting stories that are organically created and shared between each other. And that's kind of like, since RHG is really gone, in that there's not really a place for it, I'm creating this whole world, mixing all these characters together with you guys as part of the experience. Like, you guys are with me in the creation. And that's why I wanted to create these characters also as a way to connect with the people that are in the community, that are joining me in this especially, is because I think it's really personal. And that personal connection creates a really unique experience. He's the Sandman mixed with Father Time. Yeah. That is kind of cool. Maybe that's how Neptune was sealed in the first place. Oh my god, what if it's the same tech? What if it's the same technology? But because he's a god, it's not in the RHG plane, you know? Maybe Neptune's chains do something similar and they keep him bottled up. I did not expect to be picked since I didn't ask, but I'm not complaining, thank you. Oh, yeah, I realized that too. There's going to be people who leave comments who may not even have read anything I did. Like I think the first 20 or 30 that I made, I did a tally. I think it was 20. The first 20, I only had 2 people say something back. And one of them I had in my Discord call. Like, of the 20 people, essentially only one person even said anything, and it was like, thank you. And I was like, damn, I'm not looking for like praise or anything, but I would hope they at least have seen it, you know? Like, there's so many people that I've made these for that never even liked the post. I don't think they ever even saw it, which is fine, you know, but I think they may not have even have known that they were going to get something going into it, because there's a chance that you just read it and you're like, oh, that's cool, and you write in the comments, oh, that's cool, and then go about your life and never even known that I was going to do it, which is fine, but it's funny. I question how you made me a crab on the replies. Yes, you were definitely one of them for sure that replied. Kerma's funny, dude. Kerma Lerma. Okay. I was too astonished to reply when you replied to my RHG. Really? Orange hat? Are you orange hat? Oranger? I'm only assuming because I don't have an oranger, but I have an orange hat. Or are you somebody else? Because again, a lot of your guys' your profiles may not be the same as your TikToks. You def got us some of the RHG's arch enemies of each other. Yeah, we could do that too. We can make little combos. I didn't expect the chat to be so divided on my alignment. I didn't either. I thought you were a firm Neptune, to be honest. But I like that. Again, this is like a collaborative thing. This is what it's about. I ultimately have the final say because I'm doing it, but I like including what you guys' thoughts are, and I also am totally willing to go against my initial thoughts. May I say imaginary demon looks sick. I feel like, yeah, he's really simple, but I imagine him being really fast, very nimble, and arcing the electricity could be a lot of fun. Your MJ-tron. Okay, orange or your MJ-tron. See what I mean? Like, yeah, an MJ-tron's so cool. You were the first person to have eyes, I think. Like, legitimate eyes. My profile pics are mostly just my OCs. His big white eyes only. Okay, here's the other thing that I'm curious about. Orange hat character is very interesting. I wonder how you're going to animate his spray effect. I have some ideas. What do you guys think about the posts that I make on TikTok where I'm showing the characters that we're making? Not very many people are seeing them. You know, like the views are low. I don't expect them to go crazy and pop off. But I think it's an interesting way to show and get everyone on board, including you guys, what's happening, what we're making, what the characters kind of mean, and it's like a little introduction to the characters as they're being created. I love all the captions, text you add to them, honestly. I feel like it adds a lot of personality, right? Because it's like kind of what I'm thinking when I'm putting the character out there. I really don't use TikTok, but I've been seeing everything on Discord. Okay, cool. I think it's based on spreading the word. Are shorts coming into? Yes. So here's the thing. When it comes to, because I spent like the last like 4 or 5 years doing social media stuff, right? But for Pokemon and video editing. But I got to really understand how algorithms work and how to kind of like tweak things to better serve creating a popular account. And one of those things is using multiple different kinds of media, and more important than anything, posting regularly, consistently, and connecting with your audience, right? Now, as an animator, you guys know, like, animating takes a long ass time. If you make something, even a short that's 10 seconds long, it might take you 3, 4, 5 days just to make that one small short. And that might not be enough to serve your audience. So I think creating these little posts that have a little bit of flavor and personality to them that you guys are able to engage with and kind of connect with me on what I'm doing it helps keep the audience and you guys engaged, and it also builds the most important thing to me, which is that strong core community, where when you open the app, I'm going to be like the first thing you see if I post something new. And since you guys are really in tune with what I'm doing, it's going to be really, really interesting for you, typically, the content that I'm posting, because it's probably fresh on your mind. And I want that. I want that organic connection. That's how Fluid Anims was built in the first place, was making people feel like they're seen, feel like they're special and a part of something, and inspire people to be creative. And so this is all of that same juice. My first real RHG so far. I've only stuck to customs and OCs. Yeah. So this has been a lot of fun for me, and I think it's the same kind of flavor I felt through some of the other creations I had in the back. Connecting with your audience is really important. Genuinely, not just like, oh, ha ha ha, like my post. Like genuinely connecting with them. Being excited to make your content because you're excited to see what your core audience will think of it. And not from like a, oh, I'm like, so the difference is you don't want to just be excited about the number go up, woohoo. You want to be excited, I want to know what Oliver Comics thinks. I can't wait to see what Waddle Duck thinks. I can't wait to see what Kermalurma has to say about this. You see what I'm saying? So you understand the difference? What's up, Trides? Which animation program would you recommend to a beginner? I started with Flash. I would do Flash. I really like this character, especially the one you made on me, and it blew my mind. Never thought of a comic ability to cross both worlds, and I'm making a little mini animation my first time. I love that. That's what it's all about. It's supposed to inspire people to get them creative. I wonder how Mr. ZZZ would react to my RHG OC MSG. Dude, the other thing I like to think of is the different combinations of characters too. So combat between these characters can be really, really interesting. But think about, instead of combat, think about working together. Like we had a chat earlier, I think with Titanium. I might correct me if I'm wrong, but imagine if Stick 15 and Boise were on the same team. So imagine this: Boise pulls back the arrow, and a shovel shows. Stick 15 sticks one of his plungers on that shovel. Boise lets it rip. So now the shovel is flying with a plunger stuck to it. Then Stick 15 can teleport, swap places with where that plunger is. Right? But before he does so, he sticks the other plunger onto Boise. So now Stick 15's riding that shovel in midair, and it lands on a wall, and then Stick 15 swaps places with Boise. And now Boise, maybe they're trying to cascade over a castle wall, and Boise's the real crafty one, right? The one that is the best suited for the combat. But now Boise just got like insane mobility that he would never have. The combinations are crazy. You know? When I post my little stories, I get so excited to see what my friends might say about it and what they might think about what might happen next, and it makes me want to keep the story going. Yeah, that's the more important thing. Number go up is good. Don't get me wrong. Woohoo! Yay! Number go up, yay! But if number go up is the only thing that makes you happy, it won't last. And it'll be vapid. And as soon as you make something that the audience doesn't really care about anymore, they'll drop you immediately. And you've done this to other people. Like, let's say you watch a really popular creator and you've seen like one or two of their shorts, and then maybe it's just not really your thing anymore, so you don't really watch it anymore. So when they pop up, you kind of just scroll by. You don't hate them. They didn't do anything wrong to you. They're not a bad person, but they're not really connecting to you anymore. You know, it's kind of just something that's there. That's the difference. And you have to kind of ride that line between when you get more popular with something, being able to still connect with your audience, even if your community gets really big, you know? Does Andre really split hammer? What do you mean? He doesn't split his hammer. Anyways, I will answer that, but we're going to move on to a simple squid. We're going to continue creating. Those connections will make a difference. They do make a difference. 100%. Anyways. In short, I appreciate you guys being here. It's really cool. It's very special. And this is what I like to do. And I'm glad that you're here doing it with me. Generate color. Another green. You're kidding me. Hey, it's the dojo question of the day. Guy or gal? We'll see. Oh, and then once we've done creating, we can't forget to give them their alignment as well, whether they're Neptune or Ultra Savior. That's a new step that we have. Another green boy. Green. A simple squid. Well, a squid for sure. Maybe? Maybe they spawn squids. I don't know. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. One sec. Okay. I'm back. Skelly guy. Oh, wait, later, Waddle Duck. Ink teleport, maybe ink power. Ooh, ink is cool. Alright, it's time to start doodling random shapes. Random things. Ink shots. Shoot to inks to escape. Ooh. I think it's so much easier to back and forth to create content in smaller parts of this community. It feels much closer and easy to grow. I agree. I noticed that from some of the other people in the community as well. I'm gonna do some creating myself and go draw. Thank you so much for making my character again and have fun making all the characters. Thank you. Oh, dude. Watch this. What about... Yo, what if he has like a Mega Man style hand? A Mega Man style hand. But listen, Lisa, listen. It's a Mega Man style hand. But instead of, and you'll see what I mean by that, by this, how this is gonna stick out. But instead of it being like just a bulbous round laser, it's a squid, and he shoots ink like the ink cannon. Yeah, like his hand could be like, you pick it up what I'm putting down here? Do you see this? Watch. I can kind of see it in my head. Yeah, he's like part squid. This is just an idea. Again, especially early on, it doesn't mean that it's 100% where I'm gonna go. But I want to see where this, how I feel. Ugh, that's not what I want. Yeah, try. Maybe. I'm just kind of playing. I'm thinking out loud here. Oops, that's not the right color anymore. Ah! Maybe the real character is the squid and they have a stick body. Ooh, maybe. That's kind of cool. Another weird armed friend, yeah. Because he could, like, shoot it, you know? Like... A simple squid. You know what I mean? Black ink or any other color? Do squids have tails? Squid. Images. No, but they have mouths and eyeballs and tentacles. He needs to have tentacles. I feel like this is... Okay. So, tentacles. We'll put the tentacles somewhere else. His arm is just the one half. The tentacles are going to be somewhere else. What's up, OP? Multiple squid cannons? Oh. Different effects, maybe. Tentacle cape would be sick, dude. Oh, that would definitely be the first ever tentacle cape. Yo, that would be so freaking cool as secondary motion. Are you kidding me? The secondary motion on tentacles would be so cool. I love tentacles. Like, animating tentacles is so fun because they're so ribbony. Oh, it looks like he's like... Yo! It looks like the stick figure is like in the way. What? Look at... So like, okay, hold on. Like, there's an eyeball here, right? We could place an eyeball there and an eyeball there, and it's like, this is the squid. Hold the phone. It's like a collaboration between a person and a squid. That's so cool. That's so cool. Like, this is one, they share one brain. It's one brain. It's one brain. No, this is one guy. It's one guy with like two forms in one. Because he's part squid body, but also fully a stick figure at the same time. He's either a stick figure with a squid body or a squid with a stick figure body. That's so freaking cool. Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, I just want to show you something I can see in my mind's eye with this character. Right? So imagine he goes to shoot the cannon. I'm going to draw it really primitively, right? He goes to shoot, and the tentacles can ball up like this. And then he shoots the ink. And when he shoots the ink, the tentacles can almost like they're reacting, like they're releasing it. How freaking cool would that be? Can you see it? Like he's priming the shot, it's charging up. And even this part could be like going like this or whatever. And then it's like boom and it shoots. And when it shoots, the tentacles are like as if they're shooting, like, you know, when a squid goes really fast through the water? Squid have their brain in a donut shape around their stomach and throat. So if they swallow something too big, it could give them brain damage. Yo. That is so freaking cool. This would be so fun to animate too. Okay, that's so cool. I feel like a really cool purple would be a good color for the shot. Honestly. What? I'm still not connected somewhere? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, is it because I'm on the wrong layer? Hold on. What if his head is shot off and he doesn't die? Yeah, he wouldn't die. He wouldn't necessarily die from his head being shot off. I don't see a reason why he would just guarantee die from his head being shot off. Either one. Because I feel like there's probably brain function for each one. His mind is one whole piece. But he's kind of in charge of two brains, you know? Because the brain over here operates the stick figure body, but it's still one mind. Like, this is one person, you know? Think hive mind, but just between two objects. So it's functioning two brains. And I don't have any problem with that. I think that's totally viable. But if you shoot a stomach, it will die? No, I would say that if you killed both parts, if you ripped off this head and ripped off this head, he's dead. I would say that with confidence. You know? But at that point, if he has neither of those heads, is he really even alive? For real? Hold on, I'm adding some effects here. How do I want this? I'm just experimenting with some other ones. Let's just do a glow of the same color. That might hit. Watch this. Maybe. I kind of like that. He does ink shots, yeah. So he has like one free headshot, basically, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying squids have multiple brains, but I'm saying that there's a stick figure body and there's a squid body, and they're kind of in between both. And I feel like you still need a humanoid brain to operate a humanoid body, and you need a squid brain to operate a squid body. You know, like the brains are functionally different. That's the way I see it. If that's not true, it doesn't matter. That's how I see it. Like if that's not actually how things work, I don't care. You know what I mean? Because it's whatever we want to make it to be. Yeah, you get it. But I do want to grab... there's something I want to grab. It was... I'm looking for someone specific. Where's Aeroton? There we go. Okay. What do I want to do here? I'm just experimenting, moving some different effects around. I don't think we need anything there. I'm trying to think of something else for the body. I really like the tentacles. I like the arm. I like the spit shot. I mean, the Sybil Squid's pretty sick right here. I'm gonna see how I can fit this in. How I want this in frame. I think that's fine like that. I think it's like cut off the side here. That's fine. Okay, so he has ink shots and tentacles. He can use these tentacles for mobility. He can use these tentacles to attack. Because he's missing out on one arm essentially, but that one arm is gunned, so he's not really losing out so much. So he has powerful ink shots. Is there any effect that those ink shots have? I don't want it to just be sticky, maybe slippery. I don't know that I have anything slippery. I mean, ink would be... Ink is definitely really slippery. I know that they also use it to blind, but I really don't like blind as an effect. It's just, I don't know, it's just not very visual, you know? You can't see through the other person's eyes, you just know that they can't really see, I guess. But it's kind of hard to visualize, because you can't see, because you're blind. Just kidding. I sort of have a sick team up who... But I feel like if something is slippery, it's not going to hurt when it hits you. Also, you know? When something is really viscous, even if it's traveling at a really high speed, it's just going to kind of wrap around your body because it's going to be really slick. So I don't think slippery is what we want either. Is there any effect that the squid shots can have? I think that needs to be known. Maybe he could adjust the pressure of the ink. Ark, what's up, buddy? Okay, I just had a random thought. What if the squid is like one of those deep sea things? And he's like bioluminescent? And that bioluminescence also grants him an electrical charge through his body. Let me cook. Hold on. Hold on, let me get there. Because now... Ooh. Now it's a little different. Oh, yo, hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Check this out. Watch this.
Close your eyes. 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 Speak from your heart.
Yeah. I don't do TikTok, and I already have my own RHG duelist, but I'll join because why not? It doesn't work that way. The only way right now I'm accepting is through TikTok, unfortunately. I might open it up later to other platforms, but realistically, I was going to do this in private. But I think it'd be a lot better if I did this in front of you guys. If I'm going to do this anyways, I think it'd be a lot more fun to share the experience with you. You know? Electricity's your joke card, huh? I don't use it as much as you might think. But in this case, bioluminescence is an electrical charge. So it kind of taps into that same thing, you know? That's why I like it. And it just fits. I like that a lot, actually. Now I want to show more of him. Maybe this tentacle could just slide in like that, yeah. Is this sick? I think that's cool. What does it look like if I take off? I want to see what it looks like without this. I like the simplicity of that too. Like the charge, it discharges with it down here, you know? Because I really like these little these little areas here. It's almost like it's sending it off, you know? Squid's gonna love this, really? He gets rid of electrical ink traps. Ooh. If he splatters ink, that would be sick. So if there's like a bunch of splatters on the ground, it can arc. Maybe I can illustrate that by showing ink on the ground near him. I like that idea. It's like the longer the battle goes on, the scarier it gets for the opponent. Because if you have this like layer of ink that's just like on the ground, you're vulnerable to like it attacking you essentially. Like the longer the battle goes on, the more this ink just becomes a conductor for you to be standing on. And that can get really bad. Later, Rattle. Oh, TSO, later, buddy. Like, yes, it could be a little bit slippery. I don't think I want it to be like its main thing. Because it's like a special juicy, gloopy. Splattery. I mean, he's feeling pretty Neptune to me. I mean, he's literally from the sea as well. That's a play on, you know, Neptune. Trident. I think we tried to go that route for Neptune also. It was like a watery, evil water guy. Oh yeah, okay, I gotcha. I'm just messing around. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing around with some stuff. That's kind of fun. Because again, like incorporates kind of that color that it has from the other thing. And I want to showcase the electricity kind of like sparking a little bit in the like sparking a little bit in the ink, you know what I mean? It's like it charges the ink. I like that. Yeah. Does ink stun people? I think it would stun shock you. You know? I think it's fair to say that the ink could stun shock you. Oh, I didn't unlock everything. I was like, why can't I grab the electricity? Hello. Yeah. Not a kill level attack. No, it's not like an instant kill. The ink electrifies, yeah. So it's a bioluminescence, right? Because he's a squid. So you think of bioluminescence from deep in the ocean? I'm trying to get to a specific effect. There we go. What is this instead if it was add? I'm trying something out here. Bear with me. That's the effect I want. I want that right there. Hold on, we're almost there. That's what I want. There we go. That's what I want. Oops. I didn't mean to grab this one either. There we go. That's what I want. Because I want to show that his eye is there. I don't want to cover the eye up too much. The floor looks pretty, right? I think the floor is cool.
Void.
Later, Solomon. Later, buddy. Is there any way we can make a further connection between his eye here and there? Something that connects these two pieces a little more thoroughly. Because one can kind of get lost in the subtlety, maybe, of those two eyes. What if I did something like this? Ooh, what if it's purple? Maybe. That might be too much. We'll see. I want to see how it sits with me. I think that's too much. I like the subtlety of their eyes being dull still. Later, Skelly guy. Music class tomorrow. All right. I think this is it, though. I think this is it. What am I gonna do for his tagline? The Mega Squid. Because, like, Mega Man, right? Mega. The Mega Squid. Shoots electrically charged ink that splatters. Ink splatters on the ground are conductive. That just conductive just gives us the opportunity to say that essentially if he's shooting more electrically charged ink, it's gonna arc and travel across the splashes. Which faction is this guy? This guy's totally a Neptune. Definitely a Neptune. Is that simple enough? Shoots electric charged ink from squid arm that splatters upon impact. And I also could say that is that good? I think that's good. Ink splatters on the ground are conductive, meaning it's gonna carry in more electricity. The Mega Squid. He could be a simple Mega Squid. Or what if it's the electric squid? The electric squid. I'm thinking like someone's like a sharpshooter. Other words for sharpshooter. Marksman, sniper, gunner. What's up, Mollis? The electric squid sniper. Is that really a sniper though? I don't feel like it's a sniper weapon. Electric squid, the electric deadeye squid. I like that. Electric deadeye squid. I like that. Very cool. Blaster. I thought about Blaster. Blaster's close too. I like Deadeye as a name though. Sniper rifle is a weapon. Sniper is a person. Yeah, true. But a sniper is someone using a sniper rifle. That's my take, right? And his weapon's definitely not a sniper rifle. Gunslinger's cool. Electric squid slinger? I gotta... Oh. That's a better name. Or tagline. An electric squid slinger. Because he's a gunslinger, but he's a squid. Slinger sounds like he's Spider-Man. I still think it's... I like it. Yeah, I like it. Squid launcher? Yes. Oh, squid launcher. That's even better because it's like chunks of stuff. I like squid launcher too. Because he's launching ink everywhere from his squid body. I understand it now. Elect Slick Squid. That's not fun to say, though. I stole that name from Squid Launcher. That's fine. I missed the first half of the stream. What were the different factions and teams? I'll go over it really quickly. So, let's go ahead and get him onto the roster. He's done either way. Let me copy all these frames, and then I'm going to go over the faction, and I'll put him on the list. List. This is the Civil Squid is Neptune. I guess I should probably put down Neptune for Neptune and Ultra Savior for Ultra Savior either way, because they're still on that team. Neptune. How are we still awake? It's only 11:20. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get this guy on the roster, and then I'm going to go ahead and explain what the factions, the two teams mean. Because they're important, you should know. Yes, they're teams. I'll go over the teams. Faction time. Something happening during his last stream, but I'll give you the quick story. The quick rundown is I started making all these characters and I started having a really good time, and I realized, you know what? I really want to turn these guys into a series where I battle them in a random 1v1s. I want to do random 1v1s. Right? And in these, sorry, I erased part of tick earlier, so I'm just fixing that. In these 1v1s, we were just gonna have like a spin wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on will be one guy versus another guy, right? And that was just gonna be kind of it. Until last stream, something special happened. I ended up making a character for Neptune, and Neptune's character ended up being my very first organically created, meaning I didn't set out to create a god creature, but I created a god character. I accidentally, just purely through the creativity of its own creation, created a god character. And that was Neptune. And I'll show you. I created Neptune. Neptune, the unchained, forgotten god. He says, "You can't stop me now." He wields a galactic black hole mace. And he hits with the mace create temporary black holes. Right? So, here was the problem with Neptune. If there was a tournament with Neptune, that tournament is gonna suck. Why? Because Neptune's just gonna win. He's gonna bop everyone in the head, the black hole's created, and it's over. Woohoo, that was fun, right? That sucks. But the character was what he was, right? So I thought, well, he's not gonna be part of the tournament. It's gonna be something else, right? The next person was Ultra Savior. I ended up starting by making this holy shield, and not too long after that, Ultra Savior kind of like fell into place. And when I was finishing him up, I was like, oh my god, what if these guys are related? What if there's a story between these two? Because I've never had any kind of story between any of these characters. They're not related in any way. They hadn't been, right? This is the first time that two characters had any kind of shared experience at all. And I went to write his tagline, which is like a cute little fun little thing I say at the bottom if it's not just what their ability is, right? And I put the quote, "I will return you." Because I remember I created these chains on Neptune. See how he's smirking? He's like a little smirk under there. He's got these like godly chains that are broken. This is my OC. These are all my own characters. Every single one of these is just a character that I came up with that you're watching, just like you watched me do the Simple Squid. This whole process with Simple Squid. That's how I've done for all of these. These are simply users on my TikTok. This is their usernames. And I choose their username in a random color, and then I make everything up. So, I thought, yo, what it would be cool if Ultra Savior is like the keeper of Neptune. It's based off their usernames. I don't take any customizations. It's simply their. I said, if you leave a comment, I'll make you a character based off of your username. So I make a character in honor of them in their username, right? So, Ultra Savior is a brother to Neptune, and he is his brother's keeper. So, Neptune somehow broke out, and Ultra Savior is going to get him back, right? His weapon hits with the scythe, smite the target. So it's like hits with this target, like explode in like a holy light, and hits with this guy, absorb things into temporary black holes. So now I have these two brother gods, neither of which can be in the tournament. But then it kind of makes me think, well, if I have these two guys are related somehow, if these two are related somehow in this universe, then does that in turn, and then they can't participate in this tournament, what if it's their tournament? What if it's the two god brother tournament? And if there's two gods in this tournament, and they represent, you know, this duality of good and evil, or light and dark, however you want to see it, then you kind of have to pick a side. So we went through and decided as a group whether or not each person was Team Neptune or Team Ultra Savior. And actually, I would like to get a count on how many are of each, right? So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's 26 currently US's. And Neptune 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Pretty even. And 29 Neptunes. And it's based purely off of what their vibe they put off. Only OP gods, no weak ass mortals allowed. But yeah, we did so we just finished a simple squid, and he looks very much so like Team Neptune. And he looks really cool too. So we also talked about fleshing this out into a world with like regions to it, and these different people can come from different regions in the world. And maybe calling it SRHG, which is Stone's RHG. It's like my own RHG world. Since these are, instead of an RHG system where it's a bunch of different people's characters, it's an RHG world with a bunch of my characters, because I've made all of these, right? Tonight has been slow. I've made one. We made a simple squid. Granted, we took like an hour and a half just going through the factions. Did you make a RHG world back in the day? I did. There used to be factions, and that's where the clans came into play. And you had to choose a section of the world where your clan would operate in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree, Bob. But I gotta deliver this to the simple squid, so let me go ahead and drop this in Stone Mountain real quick. So I drop all these creations also in the Discord because I have to transfer them to my phone. Wasn't Zedabrand in the West? I don't remember, to be honest with you. Okay. I am downloading a simple squid and posting him on the replies on my TikTok. Ooga booga. What's up, Benjamin? What's up, dude? I remember an old diagram somewhere. North, east, south, and west, right? It was split up. Benjamin jump scare, dude. I was trying to tag you, Benjamin, in a TikTok because I kept seeing this little cute little animated dog. And it would go beep, 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 beep. And I was like, Benjamin, anytime when I'm gonna Benjamin when Benjamin. Because remember you're like pee P-I-P-I. Me Benjamin when Benjamin. You get it. Okay, I'm trying to find where a simple squid is. He's somewhere here. Crow for crow, sand sweeper. Come on, bro. It's so annoying going through all of the comments. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Where is he? Milkfast, Tyson, Titanium. Oh, come on, bro. A simple squid was on here. I saw him. Where is he? Right now I'm looking on my phone, on my TikTok, on my post to see where a simple squid is so I can drop off his comment reply. If I don't find him in here, I'll just put him on the post tomorrow. with other people, but I really, really wish I could find him on this. I'm getting so tired of trying to find people in comments, dude. It's so annoying. Bruh. I like the world to begin as Pangea like form. A supercontinent. Bro, I do not see him on this list, and I don't want to look anymore. I'm just gonna post him. I think I'm just gonna have to post him on the post tomorrow. Oh no, I found him. There he is. Squid sharpshooter. Dude, and if it lags, I'm gonna cry. Sometimes when I go to post, I finally find the post, right? And then it says tap to retry, and nothing else. And I have to restart the whole thing. Please. Squid sharpshooter. All right, engaged. We're done. Later, Oliver. Thank you so much, buddy. Are they in order? No, they're not in order. It's literally, it's seemingly random. It's so stupid. Okay. Okay, a simple squid is done. Next is Lexi Steven. I know her. Bonus points if you know who it is. Yeah, OP34 probably knows her too. You should know her. Okay, I cleaned the plate. We have already created the file. We're going to save it. And now we get her random color. Color generator. It's a pink. How convenient. Yeah, she's married to this one cool guy. He's alright, I guess. She's cool. He's alright. Okay. Yeah. She's known this one cool guy since like 20 years ago. Let me think. Her name gives me nothing. Lex IE, Steven, Saint Even. Saint Even. I've never thought of a name like that. Lex could see us, or Zai, reminding me of Pi for some reason. Saint Even. Lex reminds me of Rex, which reminds me of like T-Rex. Also reminds me of Lex Luthor. Saint Even. So something with balance, maybe? I don't know, I'm just gonna keep drawing shapes. Something with balance. Something with balance? I don't know. Lex equals Rex.
Human error. Infinity. On a distant planet.
Yeah, Pixie. Pixie. Saint Even Pixie. A balanced Pixie? What would that look like? Balancing Pixie? Psychic? Stone concepting is wild to many unions, methinks. Oh, it's not. I don't suggest. I couldn't tell you how I do what I do. I think you have to have something wrong. You have to have the same thing wrong with you that I do. Whatever that even is. You have to have the same brain lesions. A psychic pixie? That might be kind of cool. A fairy saint with a dinosaur familiar? Maybe. I don't. Maybe a familiar. Maybe a little pixie. I feel like this might be the pose. Maybe. Like a falling pose almost. I do like the idea of a pixie. A fairy with a pixie? Very first small character? Well, I want them to be able to fight. They could be smaller, maybe. I do like the idea of them having a pixie as a familiar. Like, they might be a fairy with a little pixie familiar. That might be kind of cool. If they're small, then she needs a massive Giga Chad weapon. You know what I mean? Like, if she's tiny, I want her to have this. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be ridiculous. If we're going that route. If they're genuinely small. I think it'd be so funny. Some freaking, like, Final Fantasy-esque dump truck of a... You'll never move this thing. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have something big, but it can't be... That's too unruly. I'm just drawing stuff. T-Rex Skull Greatsword. I have no idea how I feel about this. Again, early renditions of what I'm doing. It might be something similar to the final. It also might not be anything close to the final. It's about just being willing to enjoy the ride, I think. What happens if I take it and I just slam the sharpener? Let go. Again, no clue if I'm taking this route at all. We are just messing around. I don't even know if I like that. This would be so annoying to attack with because it's so much larger than the character. She'd have to hold it like horizontally like this. You know what I mean? Ugh, I don't like that. I don't know. I don't know that I want her to be small. It's hard to work with something that's tiny. You know? Combat-wise, fighting against it's not fun. Fighting with it isn't fun. She's not gonna believe that she got pink either. She's gonna think I chose that or something. That's gonna be funny. I mean, no, I have evidence. It randomly generated, I promise. Remind me of Hammer Todd? Yeah, a little bit. Just drawing random things, man. The process is not a smooth one. Large sparkle-like wings, double as scissors. Kind of like, it's like Gwen from League. I still like the familiar idea. I like wings as an idea. Saint even. What about once I put balance into Google and put the image? You get the balancing thing. Get rocks balancing, people doing yoga. Scissors as wings? Maybe. Balancing tools. Yeah, it's pretty much more the same. Butterfly wings, yes. This is tough. Oh, I definitely wanted the brushstroke to look like that. Thank you. Okay, I think she should be balancing. Let me look like a yoga pose. These are awful. These are not working for anything. Maybe this. We fit poses. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Maybe. Fairy wings that can morph into sabers? Is anything speaking to me yet? Can't tell. The little creature changes weight. These are just, I just looked up yoga poses for balance. Like a balancing pose. But that one's not very good. That's kind of cool. Yeah, ballerina pose. Yeah. That's something. I think we're a little bit closer. Forcing enemies into poses. Well, what would somebody who wants balance seek? Something with the legs, Muay Thai. Balance. What if their weapon Hear me out. What if their weapon is the balancing things? Like it's a... Hold on. Let me see if I can get there. Hold on. Let me see if I can get there. Does your heart weigh heavier or lighter than a feather? Maybe she has a tail. Ooh, tail's a really good idea for balance. I am down to clown with the tail. Let me see where I can get on this. You guys see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing now? Is there any way I can make this into a weapon? That makes sense? Make it a staff? It could just be a staff, right? I'm trying to get this tail right. A tail is good, is cool for balance, but it's tricky to make it also look balanced. Like I'm trying to really sell the balance here. Maybe a staff by itself is better because I think the scales don't really work all that well. The tail's a little tricky. A cat tail? What if it's a poofier tail? Maybe not cat-like? Or more fox-like, maybe? That looks weird. Balancing on different parts of her body. Oh. Wiener. Oh, you can't even tell. No. Small tail like a marsupials. kind of neat. Like a springtail. Wukong vibes. I mean, it will end up being that way because I'm going to change that top thing to a staff, I think. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, right? It's really hard because I feel like everything has to be balanced. Ooh, wait a minute. There's a really striking visual I imagine. Lol, me giving my wife horns. Just kidding. Weighing scales replaces the head. No upper limbs, a snake. That might be that might be kind of awkward to fight with. It sucks because I saw this really cool visual in my mind, and it's kind of ruined. What bounces? Bunnies bounce, right? Bunnies bounce. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. It's slowly becoming a bunny. It's a bunny. I want her to be like a Ninja Turtle. I don't know. I'm just messing around. I don't know. I looked up some symbols of balance and flamingo is one of them. Lol. Flamingos. I think the arms are wrong now.
Can you feel that?
I don't know, dude. This is so weird. Cranes are also balanced birds. Okay. I feel something. I feel like we're on the right track. Maybe? Is the tail right? I feel like the tail's wrong. I still want the pixie idea. Holy god, I need a fair turn. It's so hot in here too. A big fluffy ball? That might be fun. Hold on. Wait, what? Oh. Super easy to do, watch. Oh, this other could be saintly too. Oh, it's kind of a yoga ball too. Yeah, that's more balanced for sure. Hold on.
Can you feel that?
It kind of makes me want her weapon to be like a light pink. No, that's not her tail. I don't see that as her tail. To me, that's not her tail. It's a literal ball that she's on. Yeah, I see the ball as a weapon. Maybe these aren't staffs. Maybe it's a literal, like a literal X. Like it's one shape. Could this be something? I just be doing stuff. Spinning weapons to create balance. Yeah, we almost got to wings there for sure. Yin and yang. Maybe hula hoops instead. Maybe I kind of like that idea. Hold on, let's experiment. Let's go there. Let's journey to the center of that idea. These could be chakrams. We were trying to do chakrams earlier. Is this another god character? No. Are you ever going to make some tutorial series? I don't know. What kind of tutorials would you like to see? Well, I have rings here. Creates gods without even trying. Hey, those were accidents. Can these chakrams... I could make it into a chakram and do the thing where I cut out of it, like this. Hold on. Let me see. Again, it's all about being willing to experiment. Let me see if I can do this poorly first. I want to break all these lines apart so they can connect. It takes me a second. What if I do this? And then we get rid of this section. I don't think Oxum ever sent anything back. Did Oxum, did you send anything back? Yeah, half moons. Like a half moon chakrams. Half moon chakrams. And oops. What if I connect them? Can I do that? Like that's like the connection point is where she holds on to it. That's a sick weapon. That's kind of a cool weapon, right? I'm so obsessed with everything looking like symmetrical because I'm stuck on evenness. I feel like that looks really cool. Yes? Because I feel like this ball that she's on is like a bouncy ball. You know what I mean? Like she can run with it, bounce off of it. Gold outline on this. What was the... Is it K? What's the ink blot tool? S? S. That's what I want. S. How's my line tool like 0 thickness? That's kind of fun. That makes some really interesting trails. What if we went white? Something's wrong with the thickness on the inside. Yeah, I need darkness. What's the opposite of pink? Pink is green? Oh, we can't do pink and green. That'll fry people's eyes. Are you kidding me? This would absolutely cook people's brains. Can you imagine? Oh my god. But how do I show this as a weapon? I feel like I can't tell who this character is. I can't envision this this character in action, and that's a big problem for me. I can see them. I can see their mobility. I can see them moving around. I can see them running on the ball, but I can't see them using the weapon in my mind. The handles are in here, yeah. So she would hold it right here, or here. Throw it like a boomerang?
This is the future.
I could. The only problem is that she's be a kind of a. I see a bunny's a fast character, so I don't want I don't like ranged on fast people. You know what I mean? I don't want blades on fast. I don't want ranged on fast people. I think it's too cracked. A shuriken? Marmite, do you see my pony? A shuriken that spins around her body? That might be kind of cool. Can we get there?
This is the future. Human error.
Ooh. Wait a minute.
Evolution.
You are now under my spell. You are now under my spell.
This is the future. Evolution.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm so lost. Maybe I'm just fried, dude. Maybe all my creativity's gone. It's 12-12. Try a different weapon. I agree. I feel like I like this. I feel like this is good. I think where we're at with this part is cool. The ball is cool. Double scimitar is cool. I haven't done very many blades, dude. A bunny? A battle bunny with blades? Maybe. That might go hard. Battle bunny? That might be pretty cool. And with a pixie familiar floating above it, that might be pretty cool. Ew, what did that? Why'd that do that to that sword? You know what? Let's do it the original, the OG way. Let's just start like this. Oh my god, did it make these? Yes, it did. Leave me alone, man. Let me hit alt every once in a while. Can't a brother hit alt? Come on, bro. You gotta dual wield, right? We have to dual wield. And a pixie. Hey! But what is her ability? Having a pixie? You know what I mean? We gotta come up with something. Yes, she's on this bouncy ball, and that's fun and everything. But I need to... She's gotta have something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that just makes her a dual-wielding anything. You know? I feel like I'm still missing, like, the core identity of the character. I feel like the core identity is not there at all. Yes, it's a bunny. That's cool. And it's got balance because it's Saint Even, the pixie.
Welcome to the darkness.
Scrap the weapon and just have the ball as a weapon? If we go that route, what would the ball do?
Death is your only escape.
What does a flying sheep do? I'm not sure. It's gonna be 2v2, 3v3, or 1v1. 1v1. Maybe her being in balance helps charge her powers, including those in her hands. Maybe she is a pixie summoner and she has 2 pixies as her weapons. Maybe. If it's an energy ball, maybe. If she's out of balance, she loses charge. Thinking. I'm using my thinking. We're using our thinking. I don't know what Moira does. I haven't played the Overwatch in a long time. Maybe she has 2? Stop, leave me alone. I forgot that's not the same thing. We're slowly starting to believe. Ooh. What happens if I blur this? Ooh, that's a really cool ball. Oh, yeah, what if we did a... Can I do a dark one? Darken doesn't look nearly as cool, though. Well, I... Is the orb immortal? Don't say it. What if she has a dark one and a light one? Is that something? Leave me alone. Let me hit alt sometimes, you villain. Nah, that one looks lame. Let's take him back. That looks lame. That looks dumb. Can I go all the way back to where it looked cool? I feel like it looks cool here. What does it look like if I bring it in front of some... It looks cool. Is it useful? I don't know. Alt is secret fourth god. I'm lost, man. This is the hardest I've had to work for a character. Oh, man. I guess the hardest part is, like, the only part of the character I understand is there's a bunny with a ball. And that's, like, kind of it. Rebalance reference? I might be too tired, honestly, yeah. Maybe we do an entirely new take in the morning. Maybe I went too hard into Saint Even. We have a secret god again. No! Invert. Wait, I thought I created a different one. Difference. Yeah, I might just be cooked, dude. This might just be too much for me in one day. One is light, one is darkness. Maybe big gloves to throw around the balls. That'd be kind of cool. Some big gloves might be cool. I don't know, man. She got those godlike hands. I don't know. I think I do a completely fresh start tomorrow. I don't really like what I have going on here, and I think we do a completely different take. What do you think? It's just not... Something's not jiving, man. I've done like 10 hours of character creation today. Maybe it's just... I'm tired. Maybe you can come back to this one tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We got a lot of other stuff that a lot of other positive things that are happening. I think I need to restart. We created a lot of other really cool ones today. I'm okay with that. It's late. I'm getting tired. My brain's not sharp. As far as ones we created today, I think we started... I'm pretty sure we started here. So we created everything from here over down into this column here as well. And we fleshed out all of the factions for Neptune and Ultra Savior. I think that's really cool. A Simple Squid came out great. I think that's where I peaked out for the night. Yeah. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight was an excellent stream. I hope you had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun for sure. If you have any questions, please still hit me up on Stone Mountain, which is the Discord, or hit me up on TikTok. You can use the comment section. I don't care. It's fine. We can talk back and forth through there if we need to. Otherwise, I will probably be here again tomorrow doing the same thing where I have a morning, an afternoon, and an evening shift. This is the evening shifts for your time zone reference. It is 12:30 in the morning for me. So thank you guys so much. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night wherever you are. And I'll see you all next time. Okay? Oh.